Hey friends, it's PJ from the Prize Podcast. I had the distinct pleasure of going down to the Military Influencer Conference, lovingly known as MIC, in Atlanta just a couple weeks ago. For those of you who are unfamiliar with MIC, it's the largest single gathering of entrepreneurs, leaders, and creatives in the military space. There were some amazing speakers, we met some incredible people, and there was even a comedy night. Huge shout out to the MIC event staff for hooking us out with the media pass. This allowed us to set up our cameras so we could conduct some spot interviews to hear from some of the participants about what they thought the most important things to focus on when it came to transitioning out of the military. We heard some great things, and I just wanted to share them with you. Let's go ahead and dive in.
Yeah, so I would love to hear from you, Daniel. If you had one piece of advice that you'd offer to a veteran who's currently transitioning out of the military or one of their loved ones, what would that be?
Number one, to let them know that you are never alone with what you are going through.
Yeah.
A lot of individuals, people all around the world, especially our military members, our family members, feel like nobody understands what they've been through.
That's right.
Ultimately, being around like-minded individuals will help you get to where you want during your transition, get you to that end goal. Because those people who've been around what you've been through, they're the ones who truly understand and can guide you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to isolate. Veterans all around the world do not have to isolate, because there's individuals here at the Military Influencer Conference with Prize that you guys, promote with and everything to let everybody know that, again, ultimately, you are not alone with what you are going through.
I love that, man. Thank you. I'm curious, how did you find that for yourself? How did you break out of that shell?
It took me a very long time, but I was lucky enough to be around a great organization called the Global War on Terror.
Oh, cool.
The Global War on Terrorism Foundation, the president, Rod Rodriguez, I was listening to one of his speeches because I wanted to be around people who understood me.
Yeah.
So I went to one of his speeches and he had a sentence that said, it would be a disservice if I ended my life, because all of those individuals would love to have the opportunity that I have each and every day to tell my story, to stand here, to be in front of a camera, on a microphone, to be anywhere. It's an honor.
Yeah.
So we should live our life fullest each and every day. So that sentence hit home to me.
Yeah.
And then it also hit home that, that organization and a lot of other organizations, they truly take care of our veterans. And a lot of them are veteran run. So being around those like-minded individuals who've been through what I've been through, through what other people have been through, they understand and they will guide me and help me and guide others as well.
Yeah, I really appreciate that too. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think that, and thank you for offering your gift here as well. Because I agree with you. We all have something to offer, even if it's just in the way of a story. Because a lot of times, I think a lot of us feel isolated or alone in that thought or those ideas that we have flowing through our head. Mm-hmm. What was it for you that, you just shared this with Rod Rodriguez, and I think that's great. I saw him on stage this year. He was fantastic, right? What was it for you that made you actually take that step, though? Because it's one thing to have the idea. What made you actually then take the step?
I took the step is because I didn't want anybody to feel how I used to feel.
Yeah.
I struggled severely with my mental and physical injuries during my transition,
Yeah.
and I thought I was alone. And then when I heard Mr. Rod Rodriguez give me a little sentence of hope, that let me know that I have to tell my story, to let every other individual know that they're not alone with what they are going through, and I don't want them to feel how I used to feel.
Right, yeah. What would you say your biggest struggle was in getting out of the transition, you're transitioning out?
Finding my purpose again.
Yeah.
In the military, we were in charge of millions and millions of dollars of equipment and personnel.
Yeah.
And then when you get out the military, it's very hard to find employment because you're either underqualified or overqualified. And then when you get into that employment that you really were looking forward to, they don't even trust you with a $50, $100 credit card, company credit card. So it's kind of disheartening for us veterans.
Yeah.
So again, that transition, finding your purpose, I know how to find it during that transition. And it's being around people who truly understand you.
Right. Interesting. So was it Rod then that helps kind of get that out of you, actually help you identify that purpose?
It was just that sentence, and that sentence led me to going out in my community, finding resources.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I started knocking on doors, and I said, how can you help a disabled veteran like myself during transition?
Yeah.
One of them said, I can't, but you should go here. I went there and they said, we can help you a little bit. And then I started going to the next one and the next one. And it's working with the organizations in your community, in your nation, to get to where you want to be.
Hey, that's fantastic. And actually, one of the cool things I think, obviously, today. When did you get out?
I got out in 2014.
In 2014. Okay, so I mean, even then, right? But like, you can Google, and there's like a plethora, especially like nearby. And then that's also what we're building, right? Is like being able to like, one, find exactly what you need, and then plugging you into someone that is local that can help you get there. I think this is fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Daniel.
No, thank
really
you.
do appreciate it, man.
Daniel, it's like you just read our mind from the previous reaction we just had. Yeah, I mean, he hit the nail on the head, right? Please don't isolate yourself. You have so much to offer to this world. And if you feel like you need to isolate, take a step back, take a breath, and find those organizations out there that can help plug you into people that, one, are open to hearing what you may have to share, especially if you feel like no one's going to relate to you. I promise you there's organizations, there's community out there to help you come out of that shell and help you share your story and take your own steps down the healing process. He also touched on purpose and identity, right? You know, when we're in the military, they issue us a purpose and identity. There's no question. We know what it is, right? When we get out, a lot of us are like, wait, what is that? Like, who am I? One of the most beautiful things that you can do in this regard, and this again goes down to community, is to go find an organization to volunteer with. You know, we're built for service, especially service members, right? It's in the name, service members. But when we get out, a lot of times we forget about that because we're trying so hard to take care of what's on the base level, right? I need a job. I need something to take care of my family. And that we get stuck in that loop, especially in the civilian cycle here, and we again lose sight of who we are. So realigning to some sort of a purpose can be as simple as going down to a donation drive and volunteering. It can be as simple as going down to a soup kitchen and helping serve some people in your community.